Like, you can do stuff outside, it doesn't matter, like anything works, but just being outside will make you not bored. Alright, so thick fog today, snow from starting in the morning. Tomorrow is just whatever. The snow will end at night. And no mention of the helicopter. Excellent. So now I'm going to go ahead and do, because I don't want to actually drive around in fog, because it's a bad time. So I'm just going to walk down to the business we were at just the other day, and go back to taking apart furniture, because this is the reason we were staying here versus going back up, is this weather. As you can see, I can't see hardly far, so you can imagine driving at any real speed sucks. It's really easy to lose track of zombies. It can be dangerous. When we're doing these marathon kind of runs like the 16 pop kill them all run, you just kind of have to accept that days that it's dangerous to do stuff, you don't. Like, if you get any choice, you don't. And normally I'd put more strawberries in here, but I'm using these strawberries to fix our happiness because we got a little bit sad because we were super duper bored. Hey, how's it going, Sunken Train? Oh, we can actually run around here. You know, I never sprint. Yay, actually sprinting. We never do this. Ever, ever, ever. Yeah, so shift is like... Yeah, this is shift, this is jog, and then alt is sprint. Gotcha, well, welcome to the channel. Oh, I guess I can't take that apart, that's fine. Yep, so we are having a nice chill day. We're going to work on our metalworking, all that kind of stuff. Elgo says, I just started this run and I already have found a lawn gnome and also a generator. I mean, the generator's nice and all, but hell yeah on the lawn gnome. But the reason we're working on our metalworking is it can be used as part of repairing cars. So since we're just trying to skill up a little bit while, you know, while the weather's crap for trying to deal with anything with zombie killing, just keeping our skills moving up because we'll end up needing these for stuff like fixing our cars when we find a nice one. All that kind of stuff. It's mostly something to keep us busy and doing something productive while we're away from, like, the actual front. Pretty much. I mean, the only way it could have been better if they said flamingo. Because, I mean, everyone needs a flamboyance. Like, what is life without a proper flamboyance? Yeah, that's actually... You know, I've never picked up one of the bird baths. That's not a bad idea. Like, in the middle of our farm, just have, like, a bird bath or something. How many hours do I have in this game? We are up to 1,131 hours. And considering this run, we're probably up to maybe 50 hours or 60 hours? I don't know. No, it'd be more than that because we started this run, I think, like 2 weeks ago. We started this run a while ago. Considering we're, you know, 7 months in, 24 days. It is, in fact, a lot of hours. This game is one of those games that you can sink a ridiculous amount of time into. Yeah, and so we're just leveling up our welding skill by taking apart everything. Oh yes, this game is one of those games you can put a ridiculous amount. What time does the automated broadcast? Okay, so the automatic broadcasts will play every hour on the hour. So like literally every single hour it'll play on the hour. And then depending on how many messages there are, it takes, you know, 10, 15 in-game minutes. Thank you for the follow, Sunken Train. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so taking apart all the crap in here and in here. Yeah, no, like the really tall, like, Leveling metalworking, the biggest reason I'm doing that is to make it so that as we get cars damaged and all that, we can fix them. Oh, there's butter. I actually want the butter. But yeah, so we need this for repairing our cars and whatnot. Mostly it's because we have, you know, the weather is kind of crap out today, so it's not really safe to drive and fight on a meaningful level. So we're being productive while we're stuck out here. Trip C4 says, how do you get the weather report from the radio? Here, I can show you that in just a minute. Let me go ahead and get that going. So that's 3 metalworking. Cool. Thank you for the follow, Trip C4. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull out my Toys Are Mine walkie-talkie, because it actually has a radio built into it, and I carry one around with me for, you know, watching the weather. So if you go in here, let me open all this back up so it's showing everything. And you look at the channels on any radio, you'll see a list of channels. And sometimes you'll see automated emergency frequency. If you tune into that channel with your radio on, every hour in the hour you'll see that. But not all radios will have that frequency, and don't bother looking at my 102.2. Unfortunately, one of the tricks of the game is it does change that frequency every time you start a new map or a new world. So my frequency will be different than yours, and when you make a new character it'll be different again if you make a new world. But the idea is you just start looking around radios, you look for one that has the automated emergency frequency. Once you find it, you've got it. You can add it to other phones once you know, or other radios once you know that frequency, which is what I've done here, which is why that just says emergency and not automated. But basically just start looking at radios and all that. And once you tune in and you turn on your radio, every hour in the hour it will tell you like what the situation is. Yep, no problem. Since we have it out, I'm actually going to sit here and listen for it, just in case, because it will warn you, because it tells you, it'll tell you if the power grid is going to fail soon, is already failed. It'll tell you today's weather, any noteworthy weather events as well for that day. The next day's weather, any noteworthy weather events, and then any severe weather, like if a tropical storm or something is coming. And then at the end, it will also tell you if the helicopter's coming. So it gives tons of information. Yeah, so that's saying like, hey, you're going to have snowfall, which is fine, whatever. Like this part won't change because we're still in the same day. I'm just kind of looking for, at the very, very end of the broadcast, if it says air activity detected, that means the helicopter's coming. And this is flavor text that means nothing. Alright, no air activity detected. Get rid of that, and back at it. And the good news is I have no reason to like level up metalworking to 10. Like it might happen over time. Just, you know, when we have days we have nothing better to do. Because we can take it apart, try and get metal plates, and we can use those to repair the cars. Like I probably should pick up all the metal plates, but I'm not going to bother right now. I'm going to wait till I have something actually wanting to repair, and I'll grab that stuff and use it. But yeah, so metalworking can be used in a lot of the same ways that carpenter can. You can make boxes, you can You can weld plates over your windows as opposed to planks, and it's a little bit stronger. Not particularly noteworthy. Like, I wouldn't recommend actually taking the time to do so. Oh, I can disassemble that? Wait, okay. Sure, I'll take this thing apart for electrical skill. Why not? Apparently the towel dispensers are electrical in this. Cool. Like, modern ones are because they have, like, hand sensors and all that. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yes, there's a few of them. If you go over to where the Louisville area, where like the refugee camp is, there are metal rain barrels there. But I believe that's like only one or two places they show up. I haven't personally witnessed it, but there's a lot of people who've been telling me about it, not with mods. Now, granted, I don't know if that's true or not, because again, I haven't done it. But my understanding is they hold a little bit more water than the wood ones. Sure, no shortage of metal stuff to take apart back here, so that's good. Making decent XP on it too. Yeah, for making your own, I don't think that's a thing. Sadly. You know, I'm sure there's mods out there to do it, but then there's mods to do pretty much anything you can think of. We're just making a colossal mess, just opening stuff up, dumping it on the floor, grabbing stuff off the floor. Oh, we're getting a metal pipe out. That's right, when I take apart the sinks, you get metal pipes. That's good. That's extra weapons. Weapons are good. So that's good information to know, is just if you ever just need weapons and you got a propane torch and a mask, just you can take apart any sinks that you've emptied of stuff and just get pipes. And I think showers and bathtubs and toilets can also do that. I was just taking all the crap out of them so I can just go along the line, take it apart. I'll do it till either we hit metalworking 4 or it starts getting late or I run out of propane, which I doubt we're going to run out of propane. But yep, we're just kind of killing the day because the point being weather outside sucks, so might as well do something productive. And just a reminder, tomorrow our stream will be RimWorld, where we're going to be continuing an Arco Nexus run that's getting just about that point. We're ready to do our second reset. So that should be fun because it'll be almost like starting a brand new colony. I'll probably have to play like 20, maybe 30 minutes before we actually do that because I got to get a little teeny tiny bit more wealth before we're eligible. But we're already allied and all that, so we just got to do that, get our people ready, and send them off. And that will be starting at 5 p.m. EST, and it'll go pretty late. Usually we end up wrapping up around this time. I think I'm going to go just a little bit longer. But then we'll find someone to raid playing Project Zomboid. But we will be back in Project Zomboid come Tuesday. Sunday, Monday we do RimWorld. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday we do Project Zomboid. And then Thursdays we do quote-unquote other games, which is just basically play any other game that isn't one of the mainstays in the channel. That said, some of that schedule is subject to change. We do have a lot of people have requested that I do more City Skylines on the channel after I did it this past week for our other games day. So far, last I looked at it, I had a poll going saying, hey, do we give up the other game day or do we give up one of our Project Zomboid's day? And people were mostly voting that we give up a Project Zomboid day. Now granted, I haven't checked since the stream started, so that could be totally different. But I don't know what day I would give up. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I'm actually curious. Oh, actually, it's tied up. Okay. But yeah, and I have that, for anyone who's curious and says like, oh, well, no, I really want you to play, you know, you give up the other game day, whatever. I actually really wish it wasn't tied up, because I'd much like people to dictate what they'd like me to do. Because that's easier for me, because then I don't have to think about it as much. Like, it would be really nice if everyone's like, nah, give up a Project Zomboid. It's like, cool, easy, I can do that. I can do the thing you said. Yeah, it's considered carpentry, so we're not going to worry about it. Yeah, no, and I know there's going to be that as well. It is kind of a tricky thing, because it's like, okay, well, people definitely want me to play that, and my choices are, okay, well, we play it. That's definitely one choice. I figure out how it fits in the schedule. Or we don't play it, which means the schedule doesn't change. It's, I don't know. It is what it is. Well, like, Project Zomboid is not getting taken off the schedule. That I've tried to make very clear. That's like, you know, hey, it's kind of our big game on the channel still. Yep, no, and we're definitely going to be keeping this on. Like, that's the thing. If we did bite into Project Zomboid would lose a single day. So Project Zomboid would still be played 3 days a week. We'd have City Skylines for 1, RimWorld for 2, and then other game days for 1. The alternative is we keep Project Zomboid on its current schedule, other game days go away, and then we'd have RimWorld for 2. So I try to make it so it's like everyone else's vote, like everyone else could voice what they want. Because it's easier for me if I get feedback. Thank you for the follow. Sideshow03, welcome to the stream. Because then it's like, oh, you know, this person would rather have more Project Zomboid, this person would rather have other game days, like whatever. It's fine. Like it's much easier with that information. Versus me arbitrarily saying, well, this is what I'm going to do, because I don't have information to guide me one way or the other. And I mean, worst case, I mean, it could also be we just, other games day, we do more City Skylines for like 1 week or whatever. Got yourself a hiking bag and a machete at Riverside gas station. That's pretty awesome. Nothing to complain about there. I was curious if I could disassemble that. Right, how are skills going with metalworking? Okay, it's well over halfway. Somewhere over here it actually gave me the option to disassemble, but I didn't see where. It's fine, whatever. This is for 51. How much does one of these filing cabinets give us? About 16, 17 points. Okay, that's not terrible. Metal shelves, let's see, we're at 476. Alright, that was like 25. Oh, that gave us a metal bar. 2 metal bars. Probably have to go back to base soon because we're getting rarely overloaded with all stuff. What am I doing? I have a secondary backpack for this purpose. It's like the whole reason we got that. To haul this crap. Just moving a bunch of stuff that is just loot for us into this other bag. Makes it easier to manage. There's our pipes. I guess I should check. This door look like it's metal. Nope. I'm pretty sure I just dropped the magazine through the wall into the next room somehow, so that's a thing. Cool. Alright, getting there. Granted, this is getting to the point where we're going to turn back just because it's late. And I don't even care if we don't get the 4, you know, right now. Just going to finish with this building and we'll move on, no matter what points we have. That's fine. Foxwood says, "Oh no, I can't find the expert carpentry book." Yeah, you'll have times that you'll be missing a book or a couple books. Like right now, we're missing the expert tailoring book. That's one of the things we're very specifically after. Pretty close to 600. I'm going to have to actually take the prediction and just there's a way I can like basically say it didn't end to give people their points back. Because we're unsuccessful in reaching the bookstore. Alright. This removed the prediction from the dashboard. No longer be able to contribute towards it. The votes will not be saved. All channel points will be returned to the viewers who participated. Return the points. Yep, because we're not going to be able to reach the Enigma bookstore, unfortunately, so you all should have gotten your points back at this point. Or momentarily. So apologies about that. We had fully intended on being able to actually make it an Enigma bookstore, but we just kept getting pushed back by the migrations and all that. So unfortunately it was a prediction that did not have an outcome, but you will have all your points back. Like even honestly, we didn't stop to do this stuff because of the bad weather, we probably still would have made it in there. And I'm glad you said something because I had totally forgotten about the prediction entirely. Because I am starting to get to that low energy phase, which is why I'm basically like wrapping up with this, which is pretty safe. Just working on some metalworking skill. Yep, winter's last fling. We got just a couple days. Oh, actually, no, it's February. February's the short month. Yep, so pretty soon we'll be on to March, at which point winter is over. We will be into spring then, and fishing will be back, foraging will be better for food, farming will be, you know, reasonable. All right, there's another building done. And before I forget, let's mark it down. We did this building. We did this building, right? Yeah, we did that building. So those are buildings that we've taken apart all the metal. Going for a little jog here, because no reason not to. We haven't seen zombies here in ages. Not going to push this into exertion, but, you know, we can go for a little hustle. Get a little bit of sprinting. Just a tiny little bit, because, honestly, you know, we need way more to get a reasonable amount. What's the skull mark? Okay, so the skull mark on my map, that's where I've left sirens, so like a police car, that kind of thing. So that when I go to clear an area, I just go to the skull mark, turn on the sirens, wait a little while, kill what shows up, and then I'll usually update my map and say, this is the last time we blasted the sirens to see what shook out. So how many hours do I have in this? If we're talking about Project Zomboid in general, I have about 1,130 something hours. If we're talking about this specific playthrough you're seeing right now on your screen, I would guess somewhere in the area of like 60 hours. That might be generous. I don't know. I don't remember the exact day we started this run. Sure, I can show the skills. I don't like how it does that. Meanwhile, I'm just quickly dealing with this. Before I forget. Okay, so yeah, so we started with absolutely no skills whatsoever, like not a point in fitness, not a point in any of my weapon skills, like nothing. And that's what we worked our way up to. So we're doing pretty well. Wrapping up at 6 fitness for today. Oh, that's full? I don't want that to be full. Full's not what I'm looking for here. Move all this stuff over. Because need more cabinet space. What is a weapon I don't care about? Let me grab this spear. Mark that. Cool. Cool, so we got a bunch of knives, a bunch of nightsticks, a crowbar. Definitely want at least a backup weapon here. Let's grab the garden hoe. These can go here. Oh yeah. Yeah, when you're new to the game, just one thing you'll need to embrace and accept is you are going to die a lot. A lot. Even when you get really good at the game, you are going to definitely die a decent amount. But like early game, just death and you will become very well acquainted until you like learn how to do the combat, learn how to do positioning, learn how to avoid risks, all that kind of stuff. So just know that in advance. All right, so we got all that set up. We got all our stuff put away. Make yourself some potato salad.